What's up y'all? So today I'll be extending this port even more. In one of my recently made videos, I extended this port right here because my subs are inside of my closet and this basically acts like a 6th order enclosure. And this door opening right here has its own tuning. And so I added this right here to extend this port, which made the lows louder. And it also dropped my peak frequency down a little bit. And I'm definitely a lows guy. I like the lower 30s region. I also like anything in the 20s region. I also like them infrasonics too. But my amp subsonic is set to 25 hertz. So them low lows are gonna be automatically limited, but I do plan to get a new amp soon. But in the meantime, I'm actually gonna extend this port even more so I can get them lows even louder. So right now my peak frequency is around like 33 to 34 hertz. So hopefully whenever I extend this port, my peak frequency will drop and hopefully them 20 hertz lows will get louder and hopefully it'll get even windier. So let's get this new port installed. So as y'all see behind me, I got this piece of wood put up now, and I got all the edges sealed all up so there shouldn't be any air leaks. And this thing does feel pretty solid, so it shouldn't have no problems. You can still kind of see that wood glue around the edges. I will make it look better, but that's for a different day. Right now, I'm trying to work on my cooling. So I have this single fan right here, and even though it's a pretty decent sized fan, it really doesn't blow a ton of air. And I used to use these two fans right here, and these two fans definitely blow a lot more air than this fan right here. So I'm gonna go mount these fans on the wall right here because this amp does get pretty hot, especially whenever I'm turning that volume up. Alright, so as y'all see, I got these fans installed, and I also put my other fan on top of this amp right here so it can have more airflow going towards the amp. But hopefully these fans will make a difference for the cooling of this amp. Now I'm gonna do some cable management down here. Alright y'all, so it's the next day now, and I got this extra piece of wood put up. But if we take a look down here, yes, I actually added even more wood to it, and it goes all the way down to the ground. So now this is the only opening for the port, and I was just really trying to experiment and just try to see which sounds best. But this right here, this actually sounds really good. So before, whenever this whole door opening right here had nothing over it, it mainly just made my subs sound louder, and it did drop my peak frequency by around like 10 hertz, and my subs did have a bigger sound, but it peaked around 35 hertz, and it really wasn't that flat at all. It did sound pretty good in its frequency range, but that range was very small, and I was only getting down to about maybe 29 hertz. But that 29 hertz was a few dB down from its actual peak, and anything above like 42 or 43 hertz, it wouldn't really hit those notes too loud. But now, since I added all this to the opening right here, and it actually really improved the sound quality for my subs and made the response a lot more flat, and now my subs just sound a lot more musical in this setup because now I'm getting down to about like 26 or even 25 hertz, and I can even still play lower. And this amp subsonic is set at 25 hertz, so it's automatically going to be down -3 dB at 25 hertz. And I was still able to make these kind of improvements without even upgrading my amp. And I'm just really pleased for how these subs actually sound in here. And my subs seem to be even more controlled now, as they seem to be moving even less. And now this is actually doing its job, because this door opening was way too big before. But now it's time to get back to work on this. Alright y'all, so I got a lot of work done since I last filmed, and this is what the setup is looking like right now. So I have all these wood pieces mounted and also painted on here, and now I have this fur carpet installed too, and I have some cable sleeves covering the wires down here. But I can't believe I actually got this far with this whole setup. Like, I have this whole entire doorway basically covered, and now I just have this small port right here. And if you guys are wondering what the back side of this looks like, well, it's not fully painted, it's not finished, and it doesn't look the best right now, but hey, at least it's installed right now. I also added these wood pieces right here for some bracing, and whenever I play my system, it does seem to be holding up, and I don't really hear any rattling noises coming from this. And I gotta say, I've been making some really good improvements to the setup because the sound quality has been really improving as my response has been getting a lot more flat, and I've been getting them lows a lot louder, and my system is also really efficient too. But I think making this opening that small helped my system out a lot. It just made the lows so much more better, but it also helped the output in the higher 30s to 40s region, and I was kind of surprised by that. The main issue I have with this setup though is that this opening right here is way too small to get any of my subs out. So if I ever for some reason want to take my subs out, then I'm gonna have to find a way to remove some of these pieces. And I do plan to get more subs and to build a new box, but that's not for a while. So I won't have to move these subs out of here for a little while. And before I added any of these wood pieces to this doorway right here, I was still happy with my setup, but now my system just sounds way better, and I just can't believe how much I was able to improve it. In my next video, I'll give you guys a demo, and pretty soon I should be getting a new amp, and once I get that, my system is definitely going to be improved even more. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all in the next video.